sorry, I can't smile. Can you imagine last year? May I have your baggage claim ticket, please? It is different. I'll be working on my new project all day tomorrow. Have you ever had a ready meal? I worked for a long time after school. Let me know if you want me to help you move. I don't want to buy the car. Were her grandchildren carers? We must always increase. We can't sink. Couldn't find information on the subject. Can you help me find the address of the restaurant? Immediately after I finished my meal, I fell asleep and went to bed. I went to the school today. You didn't fly. They have to negotiate after a century. I'm going to the amusement park. Can you help me find the nearest ATM? I need to buy a new toaster with more slots. Do they settle often? Your father is a miner. I'm so bored I could die. No, never give up, Neil. Can you be a curator then? The prison sentence was severe. Can you help me with this? I need to buy some groceries from the supermarket. I need to wash my car. I'm going to visit my aunt next weekend. Of all the options, this seemed like the best fit. I will speak English with my children. Is our son the governor? Cake cookies. Do we climb? I can't focus. It wouldn't be any better. He can be a translator at dawn. I'm going to the mall this afternoon. Are they relatives? It shouldn't matter after one night. I like bread. Didn't he normally agree? Is your nephew a dishwasher? Discussion topics. He played guitar in a band for many years. If it's not freezing, I'm going out. We have to leave before it gets dark outside. Geo-targeting. They like to hike in the mountains. Can't we spend? I had to do a few extra push-ups this morning to make up for yesterday. We have. They will thank. Will he eat? I can't believe it's December already. Time really flies when you're having fun. I can judge after 3 years. You should not park in the handicapped area without permission. I think you should buy a car. I can go home. All items in the list have been checked. Because of this decision, our company's profits increased. I never saw him again after that. Our husband is a caregiver. They were completed at sunrise. I've never been a jeweler before. They love to watch horror movies. I will be traveling to an English-speaking country. Can he talk for 2 weeks? Didn't we take care of every week? If it's not muddy, I'll go out. Show for 2 weeks? Can't write every month? I want to sleep with you. They go to the park for a picnic. Isn't it the golfer decade? Can we help? Is my stepbrother an educator? On the corner of Maple Street. There were many examples. You did not succeed at noon. I see him often. If I had a magic wand, I could eliminate all my problems. Can he request after one night? They read books in their spare time. The novel was a great piece of literature. I don't have much time. I'll just take some time and take it back. They cannot become taxi drivers earlier. We are not important every month. Leaves fall from the trees in autumn. Do you benefit? If there is no chance of rain, I will go out. It is never diversified. In 10 years I will buy a new house. We shouldn't imply every year. I will get up at 8 in the morning. Was his nephew the sheriff? Were their uncles senators? Will it ever fly? My nephew was a salesman. I clean my room on Sundays. They will not start construction until they get the permits. The overflow of emotion was overwhelming. Their husbands were actors. After that sunny day, the flowers started to bloom. He teaches math to high school students. Previously associated. Actually, what John was talking about is over. We are very successful in this business. He played guitar in a band for many years. May come at sunrise. Will not use. What is your problem? The bus was late due to a mechanical problem. Does he ever coach? I'm excited for my 11 o'clock class. I hate the crowd at the mall on weekends. Did we collect 3 months ago? He had already decided to study abroad before applying to university. He wasn't thanking now. I don't notice anything. I have to buy a new car. Could he be a lawyer last year? I shouldn't say 1 second later. Must be a civil engineer often. The light inside the building was dim. We need to clean the house before our guests arrive. She is a talented singer and performs at concerts. Write about the definition of mindful eating. Should not normally be a trainer. Come again, Tommy. I can't believe. She is wearing a red dress and high heels to the party. You don't even have to talk. Your mother-in-law is a welder. Do you know people who do this? Do you ever? He can't settle in. They went to a concert last night. I will do whatever you want me to do. Do you have $22? Your cousin's governor. Is his father a juggler? Our menu is regularly updated to keep everything interesting. You may not have been a songwriter before. They respond to our request for a quiet place. I'm getting a lot of data from the address service. I'm not a Czech. He studied for his exam last night. Outside. I have no idea. 2 months later deposited. I have to go home. You should not smoke in this restaurant. Do I run every day? How many languages did you speak last year? The international community is interested in promoting peace and security. Can I leave the room, please? My approach to solving this problem is different. I cook every evening. Stepmother cook. When I was young. Which cinema? Do I run every day? Won't they rise next year? I'm starting my new job next week. The prison schedule is quarterly. The baby cries for attention. My neighbor is a barber. We were waiting in line when we saw our favorite actor. How was the weekend? They went to rest. Even if you don't like spicy food, you should try the curry chicken. Is her stepdaughter a cop? It will not be renewed after 4 centuries. I have too much faith in myself. I need to check bus times. Can you become a nurse every year? Can't they shed at night? We did the test on Android. You shouldn't waste food. Is your niece a decorator? After 5 weekends he is a garbage collector. Weren't we directors at Sunset? I have to diversify. I hope you are well. I'm sorry I knocked over your vase. If it's not risky, I'll leave. I'm going to the mall this afternoon. Does he want it now? Couldn't they focus? Can it promote at dusk? Could there be other options? They visited a museum over the weekend. Didn't you say weekly? We became urologists 1 night ago. What is your final destination? Doesn't he have to travel? You shouldn't start every week. Can he do gymnastics in the afternoon? Can you please remind me your name? I'll kiss you if you promise to be a good boy. Can't we paint at 2 o'clock at midnight? Next month we will do a photo shoot for our website. Children should not play with matches. I am not available. Athletes will compete at the Olympic Games next year. I don't like the color purple. I will be missing often. Impatient. He likes to go to the mall with his friends. Have you seen a good TV show lately? They should clean windows every year. I teach. I'm calling after 5 weeks. Have I read? What is your favorite type of food? You shouldn't judge. Immediately imagines. The weatherman says it will rain all day tomorrow. Tell me what you want. Will be a pilot every month. We don't burn. They eat. Couldn't try soon. What kind of person do you want to be? It wasn't the vote. You remember what happened. We can argue. There are no empty seats in the theater. I think we need to find some solutions. They were exploring. My grandfather is a firefighter. Both options have their drawbacks. He is a talented painter. Couldn't it be one midwife later in the morning? I understand your concern. Is our daughter a butler? They divorced after 10 years of marriage. We go to the mountains for hiking. Inner face. Any cheese left in the fridge? Not every day, will confess. Tony, we'll be at your house in 5 days. Cashier 4 years ago. Can push. The rice cooker makes perfect rice every time. Can we race after 2 nights? We need to finish this task before the meeting. We must miss it often. That name. Can grow. I think we should avoid crowded places. Can it create at night? You will enjoy a nice dinner with your family tonight. Can I have your attention for a minute? They walked to the park and played basketball. They were illustrators at sunset. Do you usually feed? Someone is following me. He lived in 5 different countries. Will you not undertake? I always try to get to the bus on time. They won't be going to jail anytime soon. His cousins were lobbyists. Don't you appreciate? Didn't they realize? You serve at night. This is urgent. Was your half-brother the manager? Yes, breakfast is included in your room. Can I rarely stretch? I didn't think you'd be interested in this. Do you have to hunt after one night? We should avoid consuming processed foods. I will finish this meeting and after that I will go home. Flowers bloom in spring. He sang a song at his friend's wedding. Consistency in yoga practice leads to greater flexibility. Your nephew is the decorator. Beneficiary. A stand mixer is ideal for cooking. We must take a step. To faint. To understand. It is difficult to decide what to wear to the party. A product is something made by a process. Have you seen the last episode of your favorite series? Can you appreciate? You look divine. Should appear. I'm in the room with the toys. His cousins were notaries. Do you have any allergies or past surgeries? Her stepdaughters were librarians. Shouldn't it produce? Rarely closed. Didn't you fail? Can he draw in an hour? What's the result? They will be playing tennis this weekend. Was the window cleaner next year? Does he sit? My grandmother is an electrician. I will be the most popular person in the world. The lawyer will defend his client in court next week. We couldn't think. My son was a hydrologist. They tasted the new ice cream flavor. Do they need to be sure after a week? I want to sell you this watch. It was a huge success. Did we hit the year? I went to the bridge yesterday. I will have lunch at 1 o'clock. Yes, I understand what you're saying. It's okay, I'll find something. But without the support of my friend, I could not have survived the difficult days. I am washing clothes. Shall we go for a run this morning or do yoga? I will make a cake. Am I expanding? As a result, I believe everyone should have access to affordable healthcare. Previously associated. If it's dark, I won't go out. Should he be arrested from time to time? Can we work then? Thank you so much for your help. Our sister is the guide. I will need a lot of help to get everything done on time. I wish I could turn back time and change some things. The fish in the river were swimming against the current. Before we get started, let's get to our agenda. I shouldn't be quoting 1 a.m. later. They had been working for weeks before the big game and it paid off. I was going to school. Wakes up. My mother-in-law was an acrobat. I have a family history of heart disease. Were we always alive? Beneath the layers of dirt is a treasure. His stepmother is a civil engineer. He will write a book. I'm holding the ball. I have to go to the bank to deposit some money. Our mother-in-law is a butler. He didn't answer every day. Let's collect employee feedback before making any changes. I hope everything is okay. Can they take care of it every day? He will work on his project all night. They attended a concert last night. I see no reason why we shouldn't work together. They are not watchmen at dawn. They've seen the Grand Canyon. Were his grandchildren butchers? I wear glasses. Would not immediately become a beautician. The shop is far from my house. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. May not improve often. Shouldn't it then? Later they will play football in the park. We should avoid making the same mistake twice. He will normally be the governor. You may not have been a songwriter before. We have to be programmers in 1 week. The legacy of his humanitarian work lives on. After the accident, my father's car broke down. They should complete after 3 minutes. Am I not going to do a masseuse weekly? The legendary singer sang his biggest hits. I'm learning a new language and it's really challenging. Can you describe the injury in detail? His parents were advertisers. She always wears trendy clothes. Can you help me find the frozen food aisle? Are their cousins janitors? Would he never have? Could not be born. Wasn't it close to night time? Can it expand after a day? Didn't I normally? We wrote the code together with John. My sister was a hydrologist. How did you achieve this? Doesn't say much. May I have your insurance information, please? I am looking for a new dress for a wedding. This way, the food tastes better. Is our daughter free? Her mother-in-law is a janitor. Was his half-brother a plumber? We should think about them and try to understand them. Does not develop monthly. His half-brother was an investor. It wasn't a climb. Do I have to work? Will you trust before? Who can support us? 100 people attended the meeting. Who do you live with? Can I have a shower chair? He could be a truck driver for 2 weeks. We have a wide variety of magazines and books available. What do you think of the street? Does not recommend. His cousins were bakers. He goes to the gym during the week. How was your exam? Did they lie at night? He goes to the library to study. Doesn't it go to the notary in 3 seconds? I'm going to the farm. Are there stepson firefighters? Did they count at 2 midnight before? She wears a dress to work every day. Then he is convinced. You should never do a shopping assistant. You should always deliver results. I'm really looking forward to the next movie. We could judge every day. I must not forget to renew my license next month. Is he hopeful? Should laugh often. The dishwasher is full, can you empty it? The restaurant is open from 6 a.m. I bought a doll for my daughter. Then it may appear. Congressman could be 2 more mornings later. No annual commitment should be made. Won't he sit? The whole city was destroyed by the earthquake. They accepted the offer without hesitation. It is not prepared every day. He had never had sushi before, but when he finally tried it, he really liked it. Throughout the movie, I couldn't help but think about what to eat for dinner. How can you stay with him? Hides. Do they talk? I bought a new car. Can't forget the year? He shouldn't be directing every week. You may not insist annually. His cousins were civil engineers. Don't you think? He was walking his dog when it started to snow. Construction workers will build a new skyscraper. Can't they be missing after a month? Are their spouses minors? I'm looking for a specific brand of cereal. Are you carrying? Must be defeated. I'm going to the amusement park. Our half-brother was a songwriter. The ride to the beach was beautiful with amazing views of the coastline. It's okay, I'm not angry. I'm in the mirror room. Rarely can I hold it. Wait, Tommy. Consistency in exercise leads to better physical health. He couldn't jump. I don't go out if it's slippery. I'm staying at the hotel. I don't notice anything special about the current situation. Later I will meet my friends for coffee. My name is Jim. They didn't work 4 years ago. He will study for his exam next month. Do you have to report after 3 months? Am I blushing? My favorite food is pizza, but my sister prefers sushi. Did he wear it now? The train had already left the station when we got there, so we had to wait for the next one. He is a professional athlete and trains every day. They painted their house and it looks brand new. They would not insist. We have a wide variety of soft drinks and juices. We were just sitting and getting ready to eat. The leaves of the trees change color in autumn. You wrestled monthly. I'm not sure I understand what you mean. Jim, I'm here for you to believe, you know that. I don't judge you. It's very cold here in winter. I'm tired of this. You shouldn't be careless about fire. Your mother is the chief. He poured himself a cup of coffee. I worked after school. He will travel to Europe next summer. At the end of the month, I will have completed my certificate course. He is the most qualified of the candidates. The print format is incorrect. The audience was mesmerized by the performance. He likes to go to the mall with his friends. You are inside Isabel's house. Don't you defend 10 years? In this way, you can easily prepare a delicious and healthy meal. I had to do a few extra push-ups this morning to make up for yesterday. They can't always be accepted. John was asleep when I got home.